Functions. Introduction, Part 1. A function is a relationship between a set of inputs, called the domain, and a set of outputs, called the range. And the function looks like this. So we have 0 going in, times by 2, out comes 0. Have the 1 going in, times by 2, out comes 2. 2 goes in, times by 2, 4 goes out. 3 comes in, times by 2, and 6 goes out. Each of the inputs in the domain relate to an output in the range. Another way of showing it is like this. Instead of using y, we normally use f of x. You may have come across this notation before when you've been looking at graphs, whether quadratic graphs or linear graphs. So instead of saying y equals, often they'll say f of x equals, because what f of x means is a function, and a function is another way of describing a graph. So to each x value in the domain, the function is multiplied by 2 and has been applied, which gives the corresponding f of x values for the range. So instead of writing y equals 2 times x value, we will write f of x equals 2 times the x value. So this is for this function. For this example, to get my outputs fx, you times the x value by 3 and you subtract 1. So we would write that as 3x minus 1. However, often if you're referring to a different function, you use a different letter to distinguish between different functions. So we used f of x in the last one, so instead of using f of x here, we will use g of x. Let's have a look at how some questions will be asked in an exam. So we have the function f of x equals 2x plus 1, which means to all the inputs, you times them by 2 and add 1 to get all your outputs. Now here you will see why using f of x is more preferable to y equals 2x plus 1. Because here it says find f2, which means the input to the function fx is 2. So all we do is we substitute 2 into the function. And then 2 times 2 plus 1 gives us the answer of 5. Again, in the next part, it's saying that we substitute minus 3 as my x value into the function. So that gives us 2 multiplied by minus 3, add 1, which gives us the answer of minus 5. For part C, it is slightly different. It is saying fx equals 0, which means the output equals 0, so we need to find out what input gave us the output of 0. So how we do that is we solve it by using an equation. So we have our function f of x equals 2x plus 1, and we know that whenever we work out the input times by 2 plus 1, it gives us the answer of 0. So we need to see what is the input that gives us the output of 0. So we rearrange, get 2x equals minus 1, and then x equals minus a half. Now it's your turn to answer some questions. Pause the video and then have a go. How did you get on? Here are the answers. If you answered any incorrectly, have a look back through the video and then try again.